Okay, and we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Online in association with Round for Round Boxing. The new boxing game coming out PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. Check it out, www.roundforroundboxing.com. Before I get into this Tyson Fury breakdown, very quick announcement. I'm not going to do a big post-fight thought or thoughts on the Gennady Golovkin versus Steve Rolls. Personally, to break it down in a couple of minutes, Golovkin's people don't have that much faith in their guy, so they brought him back with that extremely soft touch. And even with that soft touch at 37 years old, Golovkin was still getting hit with punches. And all this talk about Jonathan Banks this and Jonathan Banks that, Gennady Golovkin, for us to see what Banks really does with Golovkin, you don't test yourself against Steve Rolls. The best way we're going to find out how good Golovkin has improved with Banks, and I don't think he's improved, is that he fights somebody of world-class caliber. So for me, we knew Golovkin could punch, but Golovkin knocks guys out that are lower level. We know the lower tier opposition Golovkin will blow away. We know that. So it's better not spoken about. Golovkin's record is, against the top level opposition, he's no killer in terms of punching power. We know that. Julian Jackson was a world-class puncher and he was a killer. Regardless who he fought, you knew that knockouts were coming. So we're talking about different types of punches here. And Golovkin, whilst a thudding puncher, once you start to move and you are elite level, Golovkin's not knocking you out. We've seen that. He couldn't knock out a blown up welterweight in Kell Brook. He couldn't knock him out. He couldn't knock out Danny Jacobs. He couldn't knock out Canelo, a guy who moved from light middleweight up. So he's no killer puncher. Of course, I don't want to get hit by him. But the point and fact of the matter is, Golovkin's puncher has been very much overrated over the years. And his resume for a guy that's fought for as long as he has is pretty poor, to be quite honest. If you look at Canelo's resume, his record is pretty poor. But anyway, Golovkin's back. I'm not interested in seeing him get beat up by Canelo again. I thought Canelo would stop him in the second fight. This time, I think Canelo stops him. He didn't look, to me, that impressive. Yeah, he knocked out Steve Rolls, but nobody gave a damn about Steve Rolls, if you're honest. But that's it. So let's move on. Okay, this is what the video is about. Tyson Fury making his return against Tom Schwartz. So I just went and watched. I mean, I don't care too much for this fight. Truth be said, I don't care too much for this fight. But all right, he's fighting Tom Schwartz. Let's look at it. So I went to look at Tom Schwartz. And I looked at his record and some of the highlights and, guys who've lost one fight, maybe two fights. Look at Tom Schwartz. Okay. All right. He's got a right hand. Okay, so he's got a good right hand. He's got a long right hand. He throws over the top or straight. So he's got a decent right hand. He's got an okay jab. Keeps his hands up, moves forward. And when he hurts you, he's in there and he's looking for the finish. Okay, BG London, great stuff. Okay, so he gets in there, hands up tight, throws a nice jab. Conventional, big right hand. It can come straight and it can come looping over the top. So I'm watching it, I'm thinking, yep, well, this guy, Tyson Fury, who fought and got knocked down by Nevin Pajcik, the Tyson Fury who fought Steve Cunningham, those guys, when Tyson Fury fights at mid-range with those type of guys who are shorter than him and can throw the overhand right, it's a problem because Fury doesn't pick it up. He doesn't pick up that punch, the overhand right. He is vulnerable to the overhand right. He's always been vulnerable to the overhand right against shorter opponents and guys who throw looping overhand rights. Schwartz will throw that right hand. I won't call him the greatest boxer in the world, but he does carry power in that right hand. And Fury has to watch out for that right hand, or else he will get put over. Now, Schwartz has got fast hands. To me, Schwartz has got faster hands than Fury. You watch his fights. He throws a right hand over the top, and then he piles in 3, 4, 5 punches. Schwartz will rush into you. He will when he catches a shot, he'll run in, literally run in and throw punches. Right? I saw him in one fight where he's throwing punches, all go off balance. I think it looked like he was going to break one leg with the way he was so eager to throw punches. So that's something that if Fury gets caught with a shot from that mid-range where he's clowning, and the times Fury's got caught, because when he's been clowning and he loses concentration, that mid-range distance. Mid-range is not from long range or up on his chest. Mid-range, where he is allowing a fighter to get past the jab and being about here with him. Mid-range, there. So they're able to hit with their own jab and throw the right hand over the top. Fury's vulnerable to that punch, blinded by it, particularly if it's a shorter guy, like I said before. Taller guys, his height, he sees that right hand more. But look, he's been nailed by Pianetta. He's been nailed by Sefa Safiri. He got dropped twice by Wilder. So all these people that say Tyson Fury is defensively great, I question it. I do question it. Defense means you don't get hit. Fury gets hit. So that's out the window. And I said that before. I talk about what fighters can and cannot do. I don't make things up as they go along. Fury does get hit. Whether he goes southpaw or orthodox, he gets nailed. So he does get caught. And Schwartz is no exception to the rule. People come up with a crap about, whoa, he's got more fitness. Listen, it's not fitness that stops you from getting hit with punches. It's technique that helps you get hit with punches, right? So I hope Ben Davidson and Tyson have watched that situation where he gets caught with the overhand right. He's blinded by it. Now, I was watching Tom Schwartz and I was watching what he was doing. I was like, nice fast hands, good right hand. I'm thinking, why the hell would Fury take this fight? But then I went to see the Gashi fight. And the only reason I went to see the Gashi fight was because I saw the Derek Chisora fight, and Derek Chisora put me to sleep in that fight. Now, first of all, I don't find Mike Tyson Fury an exciting fighter in the ring. He's not exciting. His fights become exciting when he gets dropped. Let's get something straight. Tyson Fury is not an exciting fighter. I was excited when he fought Klitschko. I was excited at the result. I wasn't excited when he fought Klitschko. I wasn't excited when he fought Safa Safiri. I wasn't excited when he fought Pianetta. I was excited when he fought Wilder. But that's because he got dropped, right? And like, I don't find Tyson Fury an exciting fighter, all right? I find him a personality. The Chisora fight, the first fight was exciting. That's when Fury was putting himself in a position to get hit and to get hurt and wasn't as technically sound as he became under Peter Fury, okay? So Peter Fury got him more using his jab, keeping long distance, boxing, turning southpaw. If you want to go back to look at an interview I did with Tyson Fury, it's a long time ago, but his interview I did with Tyson Fury before he was preparing for the Chisora second fight, I think the week of the fight, where I said to him, Tyson, you are vulnerable to the overhand right. What are you going to do about it? He says, you know boxing, Ingram. He said, but what I'm going to do is show you something very special. And that was the night he turned southpaw and neutralized the right hand of Derek Chisora. That was an impressive night. And for me, probably his best performance. The Vladimir Klitschko fight, it's talked about a lot because Fury went to Germany and got the result where a lot of people didn't think he would. I thought he would. I said he'd beat Klitschko. Having said all of that, it wasn't a fight that I would go down the edge and say, do you remember that night when Fury beat Klitschko? That was a great fight, wasn't it? Klitschko didn't throw any punches. Whether that's due to Fury's ability or to nullify Klitschko or psychologically how Klitschko had a meltdown in the ring before the fight or during the fight because Fury had already got inside his brain, I don't know. But Vladimir didn't throw him any punches. It's evident to see in the fight. Therefore, we won't go on to that. So we're not going to make it any bigger than it is. It is what it is. But it was a better Vladimir that Fury fought than the Vladimir who was all 2 years out that fought Joshua. So let's put that into perspective as well. And Vladimir didn't respect Joshua the same way he respected Fury because against Fury, he was cautious. Against Joshua, he went out there trying to stop Joshua and he let his hands go. If he let his hands go against Fury in that fight, we would have seen an interesting fight. I would love to see the rematch between Klitschko and Fury. We never got to see it because I think Klitschko would let his hands go in that second fight. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, going back to the Gashi fight with Tom Schwartz, I'm watching Gashi get on to Schwartz's chest, back him up against the ropes, and I'm like, what the hell is this? He's on the floor. He didn't look impressive, and I thought, that's why Fury and them have taken that fight. Tom Schwartz, if you allow him on the front foot, is dangerous. He's dangerous because he's got a long looping right hand. If Fury's stupid enough to allow Tom Schwartz to come mid-range with him and allow him to land that right hand on the chin, Fury's going over. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, Fury's going over, right? If he's stupid enough to allow himself that mid-range distance with him and Tom Schwartz, a right hand over the top of Fury, if he's boxing in the orthodox stance and he's loses concentration, he'll get nailed and he'll go down. All right, Schwartz hits hard enough to drop Fury. Let's get that categorically clear. He hits hard enough to drop Fury. All right, he hits hard enough to drop Fury. Let's get that straight. However, if Fury boxes him at long range, uses jab, uses right hand, puts pressure on Schwartz, walks Schwartz back to the ropes, right, and puts pressure on Schwartz, and he's on the front foot and puts Schwartz onto the back foot, it neutralizes Schwartz's best attributes. Fury can fight up close. He can whip uppercuts up through the middle. As long as he don't hit himself, he can whip uppercuts through the middle. He can fight on the inside and can turn. My concern with this fight with Fury is when he's walking Schwartz down and he hits mid-range with Schwartz, that overhand right, that he's able to deal with that. The way he should deal with Schwartz to avoid that overhand right is to turn to the southpaw stance. But Schwartz has got a good straight right hand and he's got a good overhand right. Those are the two punches he must be careful of. Can Fury hurt Schwartz? Hell yeah. Yeah, he can hurt Schwartz. He can definitely hurt Schwartz. After what I saw Gashi did to him, Gashi put it on him. And when Gashi put it on him, Schwartz didn't like it. So I know Schwartz is chinny, but he didn't like it when it's put on him. And he seems the kind of guy that when you put it on him, he don't like it. That's what I pick up from Schwartz. When you put it on Schwartz, because if you look at the pre-fight with Schwartz and Gashi, it was looking Gashi down, like, yeah, trying to intimidate him. But when Gashi put it on Schwartz, the response to Schwartz isn't what I like to see from a heavyweight or any boxer. And that's where Fury looked, take this guy. Unbeaten, up in the rankings, take this guy. As soon as I back him up and put pressure on him, I'll stop him. That's as long as Fury gets to the front foot. But to me, one of the reasons why I am not entertained by Tyson Fury, when I look at someone like Deontay Wilder, I look at Deontay Wilder as a guy that is about the business. You're not going to see Deontay Wilder kissing his opponent in the middle of the ring or dancing with him or playing the fool. You're going to see Deontay Wilder about the business and knocking guys out. That's what I like to see my heavyweight. When you get in the ring, there's an aura about you. There is something when people look at you, you're the heavyweight champion of the world and you're conducting yourself when you're in the ring like the heavyweight champion of the world. Like you command, you're about the business. Do you know what I mean? You're about the business. You're not about the personality. You're about the business. Personality don't win fights. Boxing wins fights. All right? When you get in the ring, you're intimidating. When you look at Mike Tyson, when you look at when Tyson used to enter the ring and he went for the ropes and he used to do his neck like that, that sent chills down your spine. When Tyson entered the ring, you went, oh shit. That's when you saw Tyson and heads would go, wow, Mike's in the ring. There was that intimidation. When Lennox used to come to the ring and he got in the ring and he'd do that dance and he'd be walking to the ring like heavyweight champion of the world, you could believe he was heavyweight champion of the world. You know, you've had the Holyfield when you got in the ring, you know, you get in the ring and he'd smile at you and, you know, you knew Holyfield was coming to fight. These are guys who are about the business. Riddick Bowe, another one. He got in the ring. He was about the business. Fury, when you get in the ring, you don't know what you're going to get with him. You know, if he's going to go southpaw, orthodox, whether he's going to hug the guy or kiss the guy, whether he's going to sit on the ropes and play the fool, or he's actually going to go back to business, right? And you got people out there in boxing that say garbage like, oh, you know, well, Fury gave us 50%. Well, I'll tell you what. If I'm paying to watch you give me 50%, I tell you what, how about I pay you 50%? How about I don't pay for the full ticket? How about I just give you 50%? because you only put a 50% performance on. Absolute garbage, right? See a guy for what he is. He's now been crowned the #1 heavyweight in the world. Whatever, fair enough. The linear heavyweight championship world he's made a mockery of. Sefa Safiri, Pianetta, and now this Tom Schwartz, right? That's what it is. And we've got Wilder. That's the one fight. Now, if Deontay Wilder was the linear heavyweight champion of the world and he would defend against Sefa Safiri, Pianetta, and Tom Schwartz, right? There'd be hell to pay. If Anthony Joshua for Pianetta, Tom Schwartz, and Sefa Safiri, those 3 fights, and as linear heavyweight champion of the world, people would be absolutely up in arms about it, right? So don't try and tell me any garbage about, oh, well, he weren't fit and, oh, he had problems. Well, guess what? Danny Jacobs had cancer. And he came back. I didn't hear you making any excuses about Danny Jacobs. And he came back and became world champion. And he didn't make an excuse about his cancer. He came back and became champion of the world. So I don't hear any garbage about Fury being out for 2 years. Muhammad Ali was out for years and he was in prison, right, for something he didn't commit. Because he fought and said, you know what? Vietnam's done nothing to me. So don't come out no garbage. George Foreman was out for 10 years. What? I don't want to hear no garbage about that stuff. Right? You make excuses to suit yourselves, right? But for one fighter, it's acceptable. For another fighter, it's not acceptable. No, if you're going to do it, you be balanced straight along. Regardless of color, the bottom line is this. This is the level of opposition. And if you know your heavyweight history and you talk about the linear heavyweight championship world, it's disgraceful, the guys that Fury has made defenses against as linear heavyweight champion of the world, right? And let me not talk about the McDermott fight, the first fight, all right? So let's not go there. Let's not go there, right? So when we talk about Fury, put it as it is. When you talk about Fury, he's not the most exciting heavyweight in the world. He is not, right? I want to watch a Tyson Fury fight. I want to see him get in the ring and destroy a guy, get in there, look at Schwartz, get out there and do the business. That's what I want to see from Tyson Fury. I don't want to see no clowning. I don't want to see no circus acts. I don't want to see no kissing. I don't want to see no hugging. I don't want to see no damn holding. I don't want to see no tricks. Get out there and do the business. As you're moving around the ring like a welterweight. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see you fight like a heavyweight. Do you know what I mean? I want to see a heavyweight do heavyweight business. You're the heavyweight champion of the world. You're the linear heavyweight championship of the world. You know, carry yourself like that. Carry yourself with that stature that you're a linear heavyweight champion of the world, not a circus clown, right? People are watching you from around the world. You know what I mean? Get in the ring, do the business. I don't want to see you kissing anybody in the ring, all right? I don't want to see you kissing people on their forehead. I don't want to see you dancing, do this garbage. I don't want to see any of that. I want to see you get out there, chin a guy, and say, you know what? I'm the man. I'm the baddest man living. And don't just talk about it. Be about the business. And when you're talking about things, right, be consistent. Don't say one thing one day and another thing the other day. Don't say 1 minute, I want to fight Dillian Whyte. I'll fight Dillian Whyte for the diamond belt. And the next day, if you want to ask you, well, actually, you know, Dillian Whyte deserves his shot against Deontay Wilder. Make your mind at what you're going to say and kind of be consistent about it. Because constantly you're flip-flopping all the time. So people who listen to you can't take you seriously. I don't listen to you no more because you flip-flop. You say one thing today and something tomorrow, right? Today the sky is blue, tomorrow the sky is green. Next week the sky is yellow. 1 minute you're telling people, oh, you know what? I'm giving my money to charity. All right, fine. You made the announcement, not me. You made the announcement. Then the next minute you turn and say, oh, what I do with my money is my business. Well, if it's your business, don't tell anybody about it. And it's stuff like that. It's really a turn-off, right? So I want, for me and for the heavyweight division, we need Tyson Fury to go out and put out a dominant performance. We don't want to see Fury coming off the canvas against Tom Schwartz. I don't want to see that. And it fights like this, it's possible for it to happen. I want to see him go out, do the business. I don't want to see you trying to be Sugar Ray Leonard or do a poor man's version of Sugar Ray Leonard. I want to see you go out there, walk into the ring. The Americans are watching. Get out there and destroy Tom Schwartz. Don't make it close. Don't make it nail biting. Get out there, lay this guy out flat. Let him go home to his family. You go home to your family safe and well. He goes home to his family safe and well. And you get back out again. And people want to see you fight. and say, you know what? Yeah, this guy is the heavyweight champion of the world. That's what I want to see. He talks about it. I hear rumors of Fury knocking people out in sparring. Listen. I don't want to hear no more fairy tales, all right? If Wilder's knocking people out in sparring, I believe it. If Joshua's knocking out people in sparring, I'm also asking the question if whether he's getting knocked out in sparring. But if Fury's knocking people out in sparring, I don't want to hear that. Because listen, he couldn't knock out Safa Seferi, only a flipping cruiserweight at 40 years old. He couldn't knock out Pianetta, who Klitschko blitzed. He couldn't knock out Wilder, who's somebody's got a dodgy chin. All right? So I don't want to hear these stories about Fury's been knocking guys out in sparring. And all these people are saying, well, he's lost weight. He's lost weight. When you lose weight as a heavyweight, the same poundage you've got to keep your body upright when you're taking a good shot, the shock absorber. When you're losing that weight and you're getting hit on the chin, you go over a lot faster. All right? So all these experts about weight, I don't know where these experts have come from about what the right weight is. I didn't know you were experts in weight. Or Andy Reid should come in lighter, and this person should come in lighter. When did you become a dietitian? Surely the fighter knows what's best for him. What's best? His trainer knows what's best for him. So I don't want to get caught up in the whole weight thing and he's lost weight. For me, he was moving pretty decent against Wilder, who's for me the fastest heavyweight in the world today. And he's moving pretty well against Wilder. So I give Fury credit like that. So I don't hear no stories about, well, he'll lose weight, so he'll be fitter. Fury hasn't improved from where he fought Klitschko to now. I haven't seen improvements. I've seen him do the same thing he did against Klitschko, the same thing he did against Wilder. Same hands down by the side, same getting caught with the same punches. And I said it in there. What I'm talking now is not I'm just talking at my house or I'm just making up as I go along. This is stuff I've talked about in the commentary before the fight and predicted him getting knocked down before he got knocked down. Okay? So, keys to victory for Fury. Do not allow Tom Schwartz to get mid-range with you. Stay at long range. Keep this fight at long range. Use your double jab. Put your right hand through the middle. You know, if you're worried about the right hand, turn southpaw. But even still, the southpaw stance is still vulnerable to the right hand. However, Tom Schwartz, from what I see, doesn't seem to have a left hook as a honey punch. It's his right hand, and that right hand over the top. Oh my God. How can somebody look great getting knocked down twice in a fight? Why do you talk such rubbish, Ruben Guerrero? Why do you talk such absolute garbage? How can somebody look great in a fight getting knocked out? Or knocked down twice and almost knocked out in the 12th round? That's not looking great. Golovkin looked great when he knocked out Steve Rolls. He looked great then. All right? That looked great. Okay? That was a great win. The way he finished off Steve Rolls, that's great. All right? Or, you know, or the way Wilder destroyed Brazil. That's great. What Fury did is get off the canvas. That's great. But he didn't look great. Let's put things in perspective. Stop the overrating, kissing ass of Fury. Let's put things in perspective. Remember, his words, not mine. He was against a basketballer with chicken legs that he could beat with his hand behind his back. And he's 210. He's too light. This is what Fury said. So, Fury got knocked down twice against a basketballer. His words. And he knows boxing. So, he got dropped by a basketballer. So, please don't talk stuff about he looked great. You forget what great looks like. Muhammad Ali looked great when he disarmed the great George Foreman, who was knocking everybody out. And Ali took him apart. Ali took everything Foreman had. Then he knocked Foreman out. That's greatness. Let's put things in perspective. He didn't look great. He looked okay. He didn't look great. How you not get knocked down against Wilder twice in a fight and you look great? Absolute garbage. Now I'm bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm not, because I don't agree with you, it doesn't make me bitter. I've got no reason to hate the Furies. No reason whatsoever. But I'm telling you what I see. I'm not going to lie to you. Whether it be the Furies, whether it be AJ, whether it be Wilder, whether it be Golovkin, whether it be Ray Robinson, whether it be Stavern, whoever it may be, I'm trying to give you as much a balanced opinion as possible. If you don't like it and you don't want to hear a balanced opinion, go to a channel that's going to give you what you want to hear. Don't stick around here. Don't listen to what I've got to say. Go elsewhere. All right? I won't miss you. I won't miss you because I want to be around people that want to listen to a balanced perspective. All right? If you don't like it, you don't like it. As Tyson would say himself, change the channel. And for those of you who don't know about me and my relationship with Tyson Fury, it's not. I've told him to his face what I've thought about him. And if you don't believe me, go check the channel out. Check out my interviews with Tyson Fury. I'm not sitting there saying, Tyson, you're wonderful and great. I told him to his face. I said to him, Tyson, you're vulnerable to the overhand right. And he admitted it. He admitted, look, the overhand right, yes, I have been caught with that shot. So what I'm going to do, and he showed me, it turns southpaw. So don't sit here and tell me about this, that, and the devil knows what. I've actually got up and spoke to him about it. All right? So don't sit there and say, I hate the Furies. I don't hate the Furies. I don't hate anybody. I've got no reason to hate nobody. Right? I'm just giving you my opinion. You ask my opinion, and it's a breakdown. If you don't like my opinion, you don't like what I've got to say, do yourself a favor. You got a nice life out there. Do something good. Go to another channel and listen to something else. Don't come here and tell me what I think. I'm telling you what I think. Don't tell me what I think. I don't tell you what to think. I just give you an opinion and a thought. Thank you. Public notice. So back to my point. Simple question. Did Ali look great against Foreman in rounds 1 to 2? Let me ask you a question. I didn't know fights were won. I didn't know fights were won by what a person looked like during the fight. I thought fights were won by the result. That's what I thought. And in the 12th round, the last thing I saw was Fury scrambling to his feet in the 12th round, getting dropped by Wilder. Yeah, he came back in the fight. Sure. He got dropped twice in the fight. That's a fact. What do you mean, there you go? What do you mean, there you go? Ali was great. Great fighting another Hall of Fame great. How many Hall of Fame greats has Fury fought? 1. Which is Klitschko. And Klitschko didn't throw any punches at him. Come on, man. 2 fights. Oh, my God. Listen, what I'm saying to you is he fought a great fighter. Great fighter. Wilder is a great puncher. All right? That's my point. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Ali is a great fighter. Ali is the greatest of all time. Okay? Greatest of all time. When we're using the word great, not good, not average, great. And you told me that Fury looked great against Wilder. He didn't look great against Wilder. He looked decent against Wilder. He didn't look great. Oh, my Lord. Look, anyway, listen, I'm not losing my mind, but we know what you're about. We know who you are. And where were you trolls for the Ruiz fight, by the way? You seem to pop up now. And I noticed that you like to change your names. I'd like to know how you like to change your names when you come onto this channel. You like to change your names. Interesting. You weren't around for the AJ loss. You disappeared. But now Fury's back. So you can't say a bad word about Fury. That's why you pop up, right? It's all banter. No, it's not banter for me, mate. I ain't got no time for banter. I don't know you to banter with, so ain't no banter. Ingram, you can't explain common sense logic to morons. Ali would smoke these heavyweights all night. Stop trolling. Nothing but love, says Forever United. But first of all, with a name like Forever United, how can you be saying you love? Tell us who you are. Tell us your real name, and we can talk about things. 12 rounds are scored by Wilder. Listen, I was on your Robinson video giving support. How can you call me a troll? No, because simple. I'm not talking about Robinson now. I'm talking about a boy you love. There's a big difference. When it gets close to home, the real emotions start to come out. But when it's Robinson, you don't really care much for Robinson. When it's close to home, the real truth starts to come out. We know what you're out. We know what you're about. I love your content, Ingram. That's nice to know. But the fact is, it's being honest. If I do disagree with you, that's not trolling. Well, I'm not asking you to disagree with me. I haven't got a problem with you disagree with me, but it's how you disagree with me. There's a way you can be logical about things. But I'm not hearing anybody talk about the breakdown. I've given you a breakdown about Fury and Schwartz. You're telling me about Wilder. I didn't ask you about Wilder. I asked you about Fury and Schwartz. That's what this video is about. And the technical breakdown of the two fighters. That's what this video is about. And I'm talking to you about the breakdown. So let's talk about Schwartz versus Fury, right? And the technical breakdown. CBTV Sports. CB Sports TV. Can you give us a breakdown in your thoughts about? Let's talk about Fury versus Schwartz for a second. Let's talk about that. Schwartz is trash, and everybody agrees on that. Well, I don't agree on that. I don't agree he's trash. I didn't agree that Ruiz was trash. I don't believe Schwartz is trash. I believe that Schwartz is dangerous in his own right. If you allow Schwartz to land that right hand, you'll start saying that Fury's trash. All right? Schwartz is dangerous if you allow him to chuck that right hand. If he lets that right hand go over the top of Fury's guard, and the thing that makes Schwartz dangerous in that sense, if you allow him on the front foot, Schwartz is a guy that's going to run in and throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punches. And he's in America. Fighting on the UK, it's in America. It's jackpot. All right? It's jackpot. If Schwartz was to come in and knock Tyson Fury out, he would become the linear heavyweight champion of the world. The man that beat the man. Think for 1 second. Gashi bullied him, but Tyson Fury is not 5 foot or 6 foot 1. He's 6'7". He's 6'7". Very different. Gashi bullied him. Look at how bad he was against Del Boy. Stop. Del Boy 6'2". Gashi 6'2", 6'3". They're the same height. Fury's 6'7", which means there's a lot more of him to hit. Fury has been down multiple times in his career. Multiple times. Oh my God. Fury's... Listen, stop the crap talk. Stop the rubbish talk about Fury's footwork, right? Ali had great footwork, but he even got nailed by Cooper. He got nailed by other guys, right? Stop the rubbish talk. Look at a guy for what he is. Schwartz is 6'6". Fury 6'7", 6'8", 6'7", all right? So that right hand over the top it could be a concern if Fury boxes at mid-range. So Fury's got to box this fight at long range against Schwartz. I said it before and I'll say it again. Schwartz has faster hands than Fury. I repeat, Schwartz has faster hands than Fury. Again, Schwartz has faster hands than Fury. Fury will jab, slap his head off all night. It will be a boring fight. Fury's not an exciting fight until he gets dropped. I've told you already. Boxer heights aren't accurate at all. Ruiz ain't 6'2" and Fury ain't 6'9". All right, well, fair enough. He's taller than 6'2" though. That's apparent. Let's not get into fanatics now. I think Fury should win by unanimous decision. Fury better hope he doesn't get caught flush. That's my point. Now we're getting some sense here. Now we're getting some. Now somebody's talking some damn sense now, right? Schwartz will get beat easily. Got lucky with the Gashi DQ. Ingram, are you buying pay-per-view? I don't know if I am or I'm not. I probably won't even stay up to watch the fight. I don't know. I'll let you know. If I am, then you'll be watching, or we'll be getting the fight live, and we'll be live and exclusive doing live coverage of Fury versus Schwartz. I still have yet to decide. Fury goes through gears and gets stoppage. All right, you think it's as simple as that, do you? Okay, well, you said the same thing about Ruiz, didn't you? Like Joshua's gonna blast out Ruiz, right? Fury is not a big one-punch knockout artist. Fury, oh God, oh my Lord, I'm done. Yes, I've been following you for years. So why do you call it was a dream? Why didn't you say who you are instead of saying you put a different name? Fury fighting, yeah. Fury's fighting. He's Vegas. He's fighting in America, isn't he? I think he's fighting in Madison Square Garden, isn't he? Fury's elite level. Oh my God. Can't believe you call me a troll. I believe it. Believe it. Fury's back. Fury's back, and all you mother effers are under attack. Yeah, I get it. I know. I understand. But the fact of the matter is, this is how I'm going to call the fight. Yeah, they're out. But listen, you know what? Because it's Fury night, isn't it? So with that, it comes to trolls. But look, here's how I call it. In Vegas, opportunity to gamble. Big opportunity for Tom Schwartz. If Tom Schwartz can get mid-range and throw that right hand, it's the lottery. He's dangerous. He's fighting MGM. I'm sure he's fighting MGM. Isn't Fury fighting MGM? I'm sure he's fighting MGM. What's my prediction? I don't know what to predict in this fight simply because of a number of things. You never know what Tyson Fury is going to come to the ring. Screw Schwartz, man. You're right, but come on, Fury. You're going to put a tenner down for this year. Well, you can't knock me for that one. This fight, I think the safe bet would be Fury points. But I think Schwartz doesn't handle pressure well. That's a fact. He doesn't handle pressure well. If Fury can close the range down early without getting nailed with the overhand right, he stops Schwartz, because I don't think Schwartz takes punches, and Schwartz looks to me the kind of guy that if you put any sort of pressure on him, he'll fold and fall over. All right? That's what I pick off Schwartz. That's what I see of Schwartz. But it's one night. Again, he's in Vegas, and it's an opportunity for Schwartz to really hit the big time. If Fury's stupid enough to be clowning at mid-range with a guy at Schwartz, we could have a real problem Saturday night. You've been told. Because Schwartz carries fast hands, carries power, and he's a good finisher. Fury's been known to be vulnerable to the right hand. Fury's gone down multiple times in fights. And his distance, judging distance at times, is not great. Schwartz won't be slow-footed like bloody Chisora, right? Which is probably Fury's best win. And I would say that he's got more of a chance of reaching Fury because he's a lot taller than Chisora. All right. Oh my God. What has Fury's been slimmer got to do with his boxing ability? Bullshit, nothing. All right, again, one of your best videos was Peter when he revealed how he corrected Tyson's balance when he was throwing the right hand. How? Okay. Guys, we don't know. You know, one of the things is my advice to people out there who don't want to be considered trolls, do yourself a favor. Come out with your real name. Let me know who you are. Don't know what you're at. But when you come out with names that don't tell me who you are, and I've known you for years, and then you decide to give a name that looks pretty trollish, and what do you want me to do? Guys, we don't know how Tyson has dealt with the Wilder knockdowns because he might have gone gun shy and even more defenses. But he pretty much got knocked out last fight. Must take its toll. That's a point there. That's a very valid point there by Warriors Code. Fury got dropped twice in the fight against Wilder. And they were bad. They were heavy knockdowns, right? They were heavy knockdowns. And that's something else we need to take into consideration. When a fighter gets knocked down like that, and it's a huge point you've made there, Warriors Code, it's something that people do need to look at, all right? We can all look at pad work. I'm not interested in Fury of pads and slipping and sliding. You got nailed by Wilder with slipping and sliding in the same way. So I'm not interested in seeing him slip and slide. That don't mean absolutely nothing, because those things that are throwing like that, and he's slipping and sliding, doing that stuff. If just somebody throwing punches like all the time, people then think, what about if I slip to this side and throw a punch here, or slip to that side and throw a punch there? Fury's knocking people down in sparring. Okay, right. Well, who does Fury ever knock down? He couldn't knock down flipping, what's this guy? Safa Safiri. He couldn't knock down Safa Safiri. So what are we talking? What are we talking, people? He couldn't knock down a cruiserweight with Safa Safiri at 40 years old. He couldn't knock down Pianetta. What are we talking, people? What are we talking? He's gone to points with Pianetta, who Klitschko blew away. and he I don't know what he did with Safa Safiri, even if it was a comeback fight. He didn't knock down Wilder, all right? He didn't hurt Wilder the way that Ortiz hurt Wilder. So what are we talking, people? About who's knocking down in sparring? Middleweights? Come on, man. Don't give me that rubbish, man. Don't give me that rubbish about he's knocking people down in sparring. That's just PR crap for people to listen to, right? People like don't know about boxing. They listen and go, oh, Fury's knocking people down in sparring. Ooh, oh, that's great. But who's he fighting? Tom Schwartz, who, if you put pressure on him, he's going to fall over anyway. Tom Schwartz, if you put pressure on him, he will fall over. He's the type of guy that if you put pressure on him, he'll fall over. He'll dive. That's the kind of guy that Tom Schwartz looks like. If you look at the Gashi fight, look at his mentality. So I don't hear about any garbage about sparring stories, all right? But anyway, let's talk something else for boxing fans. Right. At 1 o'clock in the morning, just for everyone who's on BWTM, we will be talking live and exclusive to Derek James. Who's that? Derek James, the trainer of Errol Spence Jr. Yep, live from Texas, we'll be talking to Errol Spence's trainer, Derek James, who's a very good friend of myself and BWTM. So we'll be talking to Derek James. So that is something for you. 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 a.m. in the morning, 7 p.m. Texas time. Why do people say so late? It's so late for you UK fans, but this is not a UK station. It's an American station. BWTM is based in America, not the UK, although I'm from the UK. All right, let's get something straight there. So 1 a.m. in the morning, Derek James, live and exclusive on at Texas, 7 p.m. Texas time, 1 a.m. UK time. So if you're up, get on with it. Yeah, and let's tune in and let's hear what Derek's got to say for himself. I'm really looking forward to hear his thoughts on Anthony Joshua. He said that he wanted to help Deontay Wilder out. So I'll be interested to see what he thinks of Joshua's defeat and whether he thinks it's something that should change. No, it should be inspire instead of inspire. Please don't tell me how things should be. Inspire is internal. Inspire is external, right? So please don't try and be smart ass, right? Don't try and be smart ass, right? I defined it. It's my definition of it. Inspire. Ask me what it means, but don't tell me it's how it should be. It's how it should be in your mind, in your definition and in your mind. But in my mind, it's inspire. Inspire me from the outside in, not the inside out. Okay? Don't try to be smart with me. I think it's the same person the last time that said the same thing, trying to be clever, right? Don't try to be clever. Yes, Gasayev is fighting also. Gasayev will be fighting Joey DeWaco. So that's going to be a great fight. Now, Gasayev, for what I know, is a huge puncher at heavyweight. I remember talking to Abel Sanchez, and he told me that Gasayev at heavyweight punches extremely hard. So I'm interested to see how Gasayev does against Joey DeWaco. Let's see what people are saying here. It's 7 a.m. in the morning here. Really? Where are you from, LDB Facts? Not in the dictionary. I don't give a damn it's not in Oxford. Oxford don't dictate my life. Oxford don't pay me. Oxford Dictionary don't pay me. So I do what the hell I want. Oxford Dictionary. Do you think I give a damn about the Oxford Dictionary? You think I'm dictated by the Oxford Dictionary? Forget it, son. Some people, there are two types of people in this world. There are people who adapt to the world and fit in with the world, and there's other people who the world adapts to them. All right, I create my own world and my own universe. There's BWTM. I ain't asking for permission. I didn't ask for your permission. I didn't ask for your ideas. I didn't ask for your input. You're not an advisor. You're not a consultant. I didn't ask for your permission. I didn't ask for your input. I didn't ask for your opinion. Okay, it is how I feel fit with it, and if I'm happy with it, then people around me are happy with it, and the vision is with it. That's all that matters to me. So I couldn't give a monkey's if it's in the Oxford Dictionary, the Cambridge Dictionary, the English Dictionary, or your dictionary. I couldn't give a flying fart. Okay? I made the word up. And it's creativity for me. If Kanye West went and said Inspire, people would be ooh. Or if Donald Trump went Inspire, people would jump up and down about it. I said it. So I value it, and that's it. Don't want to hear no more shit about that. Put that right to bed. Yeah, some great fights in the cruiserweight division. I'm really interested in the light heavyweight division and looking at how the WBO work with Yard and Kovalev. Is that fight going to happen? Is it not going to happen? I'm really interested in seeing how it happens there. By the way, if you're in the room, smash the like button. And by the way, earlier on, we spoke to heavyweight contender, unbeaten, Vlad Tsarenko. He was in the room earlier and talking about Dubois, having sparred Dubois and sparring Joyce. Talked about AJ's loss. So check that out on the channel. And before that, we had Ray Robinson, who fought Josh Kelly and talked about his draw, who 99% of us, 99.5% of us believed that Josh Kelly got beat by Ray Robinson. So I talked to him about the fight, why he's not with a promoter, and his next fight and what his plans are for the future. So check that out as well. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. So when you're in the room, please smash the like button. Smash the like button, of course, as always. Share the videos. And we appreciate you, those people in the room that know your boxing and like to talk stuff. We really appreciate you. People like to hold and have decent conversations. CV Sports TV, what are your thoughts on Vlad Tsarenko, by the way? I'd love to know what you think about Vlad Tsarenko. So we would like to know. Thank you for... I think Gorman will beat Dubois if he gets clipped. Good night, Gorman. Yeah, I agree so too. Who do I have between Okoli and Breedis, Ingram? Ooh, I think Breedis is a damn good fighter. Breedis is a very good fighter. I think it's a damn good fight. But I rate Breedis. I think he's a very good fighter. I'd rather see Okoli fight Denis Lebedev because he's older. And I think he's there for the beating Lebedev. I think Okoli could beat Lebedev. Good timing to fight Lebedev now. Breedis, I'd swerve Breedis for a while. Another fight I think would be an interesting fight would be Glowacki against Okoli. But again, Okoli looks great at long range. I wouldn't like to see guys like Glowacki get close against guys like Okoli. When they get past the jab and they get on the inside, that's why I have fears for guys like that. Yeah, he has got good power, Breedis. Good fighter. Very good fighter. A lot of respect for him. Yeah, a lot of respect for him. Let me think what else I was going to talk about. Yeah, as always, the other thing, if Gorman's going to win the fight against Daniel Dubois, again, he does, as it Laffy he fought in the last fight, he didn't impress me. I didn't like the way Laffy made him fight ragged. I didn't like that. I didn't like the way Dubois lost his shape when pressure was put on him. And Dubois is so used to fighting guys where he hits them and they go over. So I think if Dubois, if Gorman's smart, if he fights the way Ruiz fought Joshua, which is moving your head off the line, because Dubois, for me, is still very stiff and robotic. 1-2 is his shot. 1-2, straight down the middle. You know, Dubois throws his punches very straight, very telegraphed, right? And if Gorman can get inside of Dubois, if he can get inside the jab, he's got Christmas. Christmas comes early for Gorman. He's got speed. I don't think he's an explosive puncher, but I think if Gorman can get on the inside, boxing science. You know, Ruben, I've never heard you speak any boxing science since I've known you on this channel. You've never spoken any boxing science. You spoke like a caveman. You never spoke like a guy who actually knows anything about boxing or any boxing science. And I've given you a long time to talk about boxing, but you come on the channel and you talk like a troll or like a guy, like a fanboy. You don't talk boxing. You talk a lot of fanboy stuff, right? But I want to hear you talk boxing. I want to hear you break a fight down. I've never heard you break a fight down in all the time we've been talking boxing, right? But I think Dubois, for him to win the fight, he's got to keep the fight long range at all time. If he doesn't fight long range, Gorman will get on the inside and will stop Dubois. Telling you now. A lot of these guys cannot fight on the inside. They can fight on the outside, and they're very good on the outside, right? When you want to judge a fighter and look at boxers, don't just look at what they do and when they're the best. Like a guy can pin you from the right side and knock a guy out. That looks great. But I want to see what a guy can do when he's backed up. Has he still got that same sort of power when he's backed up against the ropes? Does he throw the same punches all the time? Does he telegraph his punches? Does he throw the punches the same way all the time? Does he move in straight lines all the time? Can he think on his feet? Does he do the same thing? Does he move in the same patterns all the time? How does he handle movement? I'm yet to see how Dubois handles proper movement against a guy who could move his head. Does he need to set up his jab to land his right hand? From the reports I got from Vlad Tsarenko, somebody who has sparred him, not sat on a keyboard, Vlad Tsarenko says that Daniel Dubois' style is very basic, and he backed Joe Joyce to beat Daniel Dubois. So I like if Gorman can fight good off the back foot and he can slip his head. All he needs to do is move his head an inch. Move his head an inch. As he moves his head an inch, slip inside with his own jab and let his shots go. And get Dubois on the back foot. If Gorman can keep Dubois mid-range and on his chest, Gorman wins the fight. But if Gorman allowed Dubois, if he's stupid enough to stand on the outside and let Dubois land that big right hand through the middle, it's curtains. I don't think Daniel Dubois showed enough variety for me yet to be completely convinced about him. He's heavy-handed. So most of them are in the heavyweight division. But I haven't seen anything. I've seen him on the pads, left jab, right hand, very stiff. There's no imagination. I like to see creativity when a guy's throwing punches, putting punches together. I like to see angles when a guy's throwing punches. But if Gorman can slip inside, he can stop Dubois. Telling you now, he can stop Dubois. Dubois is physical close, but he's green and lets guys get on him. I agree. Reyes would KO Dubois by collapsing the pocket up close. Exactly. Gorman is good on back foot, but don't know if he can stay away from Dubois. It's not about stay. You see, you're talking that. Oh my Lord, you're talking that. Oh my God. Gorman is a guy that fights. He can fight against tall guys. He uses his head. He uses speed, bobbing and weaving. He's one of them type of guys. Right? He moves his head. He gets on the inside. That's the type of guy Gorman is. He's busy fighter. Throws a lot of punches. And usually with guys like that don't have big knockout punches, you usually have a good chin. All right? So, and he's faster than Daniel Dubois. Right? Stop. Actually, open your eyes and look at fighters. Look at what they do. Look at their attributes. Dubois carries speed. If you look at him on the pads, he punches much faster than Dubois. So he's got faster hands, probably faster feet than Dubois. Throws more variety punches than Dubois. And up close is probably quicker hands and foot on the inside. That's where Gorman will be at home and Gorman will be at his best. When you're a shorter fighter against a taller fighter, you need to be on the inside. That is what Gorman will fight like. That's where Gorman's best. Guys fighting from outside, trying to bite guys who've got long range and long distance, and there's all you guys have never boxed before. That's why if you guys had boxed and you fought guys who were taller than yourselves and got hit with a right hand on your chin, you'd soon understand real quick that you need to get off the line and get on the inside. All right? That's why some of you talk some of the garbage you talk, because you never got hit in the chin. You've never, ever had to get in the ring. You never had to deal with anybody who's tall or got long range or just going to walk forward and knock a guy out. It's not as simple as that. Not when you get to that level of boxing. You've got to think about what you're doing. 27-year-old Fury dominated Dubois in Bolton. Dubois needs a lot of time. His power isn't cute like Wilder's. It's telegraphed. Right. So that's my point. That is my point. Dubois is not fast. Dubois knocks a few guys out. The problem with people in British boxing, particularly in British boxing, I have to say, they a few guys get knocked out and they suddenly think that guy's a great fighter. And I go back to Matchroom. I have to talk about the fights that have been matched. I heard the promoter say oh, well, if you match, we're going to lose the odd fight here or there if, we fight good fights. No, stop. Absolute rubbish. Frank Warren knows how to match his fighters. Just admit, Frank Warren's is a better matchmaker and he's got a better matchmaking team than yourself, right? You look at how he's built Josh Warrington. I believe he could have built Cheeseman the same way. I believe he could have built Fowler the same way, right? All them guys you're seeing getting beat now out of Matchroom, if there were Frank Warren fighters, that wouldn't be happening. I'm telling you now, they wouldn't be getting beat the same way because Frank Warren builds his fighters. He builds his fighters. He picks the right fighters at the right time. Matchroom just fling you with anybody at any time. You have a couple of decent fights. They don't study what you've got as a fighter. They don't study your package. They go, all right, yeah, you want to add a couple of knockouts here and there. Right, we're going to put you with a European champion. Not looking at the skill set of the European champion. Not looking at the skill set, your skill set and their skill set. And they don't know time and season. They can't say, you know what, that's a good fight for you. 6 months, 8 months, 10 months down the line. Don't talk to me about Warren don't pay. We're not talking about pay. We're talking about matchmaking and we're talking about matchmaking. We're not talking about payments, right? So don't talk rubbish about Warren don't pay. You must be worked for Matchroom. Must be. Because we're talking about matchmaking. Please stick to the topics. So when we talk about matchmaking in boxing, right? And we talk about Matchroom, we talk about Frank Warren and BT Sports. Matchmaking. One is looking for the next pay-per-view star. If Matchroom would follow the Warren way of doing things, they would have pay-per-view stars. If Matchroom weren't so damn arrogant and would follow the Warren way of doing things in terms of matchmaking, they would have pay-per-view stars. They would have a line of pay-per-view stars today. Do you know why? Because they're matching the right fighters at the right time. The right fighters at the right time. That's how Warren works. Look at Josh Warrington. Look at Josh Warrington. World champion. 2 defenses. He's the 3rd fight against Galahad. And he's built Warrington the right way. He's given him the right fights at the right time. So he's ready for that. In the UK, it's quite often, quite common that a guy gets a couple of knockouts and then you celebrate him. You got a couple, he's great. He's fantastic. He's superb. He's the best thing. Now, here's an example, American fighter, Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, when he won the world title, people went, Gervonta Davis, he's a star. I said, well, why is he a star? He knocked a guy out that was a decent, good fighter. Not a Hall of Fame great, a good fighter. So he's a good fighter. But too often we overrate and blow people up to a level which is not real. And then what happens is when they get beat or they get knocked out, we get all that he's a hype job. Why don't you ever blame the people that do the hyping in the first place? Why don't you ever look back at the promoter and say, you said he was this, and you said he was that, and you said he was this. Nobody ever says that. Nobody goes back to promote and say, hey, you know what? You were full of crap. All your fighters that you told us were great fighters all got their ass whooped. All they got their asses whooped. You don't mention nothing about that. Don't mention nothing about that whatsoever. People still talk about Dubois. I'm not talking about Dubois. I'm talking about matchmaking. Please stick to the subject. Promoters are supposed to say their fighters are great. It's called promoting. No. It's not called promoting. Or if it's promoting, it's bad promoting. Listen. It does your promoting resume no favors if all the fighters that you promote are getting their ass kicked. And on Saturday night, Josh Kelly got his ass kicked. And on Saturday night, Katie Taylor got her ass kicked. Fact. Right? Fact. So don't tell me any garbage about, oh yeah, it's a promoter's job to promote. It's also a promoter's job to make sure that what he's promoting can actually fight. It helps. Because all you're doing is running your mouth. All you're doing is running your mouth. Here's the absolute killer. Warren's the only man to outsmart Don King. Don had the rights to the winner of Ben Eubank 2. Anyone else remember the outcome? Of course, Pearson won the fight. Would you rather they be in with bums? See, that's the sort of illogical comment you get back from somebody who don't know boxing. You don't know boxing, mate. So we shouldn't debate. Ruben, we shouldn't talk boxing in the future. Really, we shouldn't. We really shouldn't talk boxing. We shouldn't. It's not advisable we talk boxing because you don't understand what I'm talking about here. You've got no idea. You've got absolutely no idea. I'm talking about that's not the answer. That doesn't solve the problem. Nobody learns from that. Katie Taylor unified. You know what, Tyler? Katie unified Olympic champion. According to Hearn, according to Ingram, Hearn needs to make sure she can actually fight. No, you're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. So wait, Katie Taylor got beaten that last fight by Pearson. And if you think Pearson's a very good fighter, think again. You're right. The Olympic champion was getting beat by a person by the name of Pearson. This is to make me one of the greatest fighters of all time, according to Hearn. One of the greatest fighters of all time. Women fights. One of the greatest women fighters of all time. You didn't add that part as well. Exactly. There we go. So I don't want to hear stuff like that, man. We know the people in the room that know boxing. We know the people got agendas in the room. All right. So Hearn said the same about Audrey Harrison. He certainly did. Hearn throws lambs to slaughter. Fowler, Cheeseman, Joshua, Brook. Heyman builds them right. Heyman builds them right. And Warren builds them right. So there are two fighters there. Two camps there that I rate in terms of matchmaking. Eddie's more show than substance. But when you talk about OGs, look at Heyman and look at Warren. Both experienced in what they do. Pearson is a police officer with a full-time job and beat full-time professional Olympic champion. Now take that, put that in your pipe, Tyler, and smoke it. She had to get funding to fight Katie Taylor so she could take time off work. So don't come talking to me. Don't come talking to me about, oh, she's unified champion. That may sound great to you. It don't sound great to me that somebody who's a part-timer in boxing, right, gets to beat somebody who's a full-time fighter who is Olympic champion and unified champion. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. No one's denying that Pearson won the fight, but can't blame Eddie for making an undisputed fight, then complain about her building his fighters properly. No, what you do is award the fighter the right result. Pearson won the fight. You're more respected if you allow your fighter, the person that won the fight, to actually be undisputed champion. And the fact that Pearson should be undisputed champion today tells you all you need to know about Katie Taylor. That rests my point. Most girls aren't full-time. They can't be. Don't make excuses, mate. Don't make excuses. That's the judges, not Eddie. Oh, my word. Yeah, okay. All right, mate. Okay, mate. Fine. We know where you're at. Eddie didn't hand in the scorecard yet. Go on, mate. Okay, mate. Sure. Good. If her own manager said it was a draw, so it was a person win. Oh, my Lord. Matchroom took a pace in MSG. Exactly. That's why many US boxers did not leave Al, even though Hearn was chucking money at them. You know why? Because they didn't want one well-paid fight. They wanted a rich career in boxing. Thank you very much. Somebody talking sense here. Ward confirmed he was eyeing up Joshua. Thought it was rumors. I told you all that Ward was looking at a Joshua fight. I said that stuff. I said that if Ward could get on the inside of Joshua, it was gonna cause Joshua all sorts of problems. You all don't listen to me. But anyway, you know what? I'm gonna start. You know what I'm gonna do with boxing from now on? This is it. From this day onward, right? I'm gonna talk boxing with people who know boxing. I'm fed up of talking to people who don't know boxing. I'm absolutely sick and tired of it. So I want to talk to people who talk boxing. It just wastes time and energy. So, okay, all you people that are defending, okay, here's another example. Joshua Buatsi, another matchroom fighter. What does Joshua Buatsi gain by fighting Periban? A career super middleweight. What the hell is he doing fighting Periban? What does Buatsi gain from that? More soft opposition. More soft opposition. Carry on. Buatsi's next to get his ass whooped. Go carry on. You don't listen. You broke a lot of exclusive reflection. I know. People don't like it, but it is what it is. We were the one that broke the story about the cocaine story about Fury. It is what it is. It was in every national newspaper. We've got the evidence for it on the channel. But you know what? I'm not here to wait for people to give me credit or give the channel credit. We're not interested in that. We're interested in doing what we do. People that know just know. How do you think Eddie will do with Devin Haney? Let me ask you a question. Let's look at the guys that Eddie's promoted that are US fighters. Let's go for them. Luis Ortiz. Did a great job with Luis Ortiz. Next. Danny Jacobs. How has Danny Jacobs' profile raised since being with Eddie Hearn? Okay. Alexander Usyk. I don't see what the big fuss is. I don't get it. Eddie got Jake. Okay. What was so difficult about that? Was that something that Al Heyman couldn't do? Was that something? What did Eddie do that any other promoter in the world couldn't do? What did he do? Usyk Bellew. Okay, is that something Al Heyman can do? Is that something that Frank Warren couldn't do? Frank Warren brought you Joshua versus Wilder versus Fury. What are you talking about? Frank Warren's going to bring you Fury versus Wilder 2 and 3. What are you talking about? Frank Warren brought us Ben versus Eubank. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Usyk hasn't even had one fight of Matchroom yet. I'm hearing rumors that Usyk may leave Matchroom and may go to Top Rank. That's what I'm hearing. That's why there's been a delay in Usyk's fighting. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. Yeah, Usyk wasn't injured. That's what I heard. End me. Go on. Knock Joshua out and end me. How many pay-per-view fighters has Matchroom got today? Come on. I want to hear all you Matchroom supporters. Come on. Such a great promoter. How many pay-per-view stars has Matchroom got? I want to hear it. Come on. You all know your boxing. Ruben Guerrero. How many pay-per-view fighters has Matchroom got? Let's go. How many pay-per-view fighters has Matchroom got? Talk to me. You want to defend Hearn? All right. How many pay-per-view fighters has he got? Let's go. How many superstars has Hearn got? Let's go. Fan by Casual say Hearn revived boxing in the UK. I disagree. George Groves sitting frotch on his arse in the first round of the fight. Revived British boxing. The Tacken fight will take place in September. How many pay-per-view stars has any promoter got? 2, 3, maybe. Dave Allen's a pay-per-view star, is he? Yeah, of course he is. Dillian White, the pay-per-view star? Okay, fine, fair enough. Let's talk about Al Heyman, shall we? Thurman is 1. Should we talk about Spence? 2. Do we have to keep going on now? Andy Ruiz will probably be a pay-per-view star after his fight against Joshua. 3. Wilder. Do we have to continue? And stars in the sport of boxing, real stars in the sport of boxing. Brook, maybe. How can you even open your mouth and say Kell Brook? Matchroom have zero credible fighters as pay-per-view stars. That's a fact. That's what it is. On you guys, you know, you sit that Dave Allen's a pay-per-view star now. I mean, you're grabbing at straws now. Dave Allen, a good fighter, but he's not a pay-per-view star. Come on, give yourself. I mean, he is Callum Smith. I'm done. For those of you, I apologize for those people out there that have to listen and have to deal with this. Has anybody got any suggestions of what we should do in future in terms of making these boxing shows more interesting with people who can talk boxing and can talk facts and figures? It'd be great because we've got a lot of trolls in the room that have no ideas whatsoever. Pay-per-view, AJ is pay-per-view, no doubt. What are you talking about? Oh my God. AJ's stock has plummeted. And who you have to look is the guy that eats Snicker bars. Beat AJ. It's plummeted. It's what it is. Value. Bivol. Oh my God. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. Thank you all so much for watching BWTM Online. My apologies for those people out there that have absolutely no clue about boxing and absolutely no idea. Bivol is not. Bivol is, I think, the best light heavyweight in the world, but he's not a superstar in boxing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I love Bivol, and we've had Bivol on this channel, right? We had Bivol before he was world champion. So please don't go there. And I love Bivol, but he's not a pay-per-view star, for God's sake. Pay-per-views: May Pacquiao, Lennox Tyson, Mayweather De La Hoya. Recently, the only worthy shows have been involved. Both shows, UK shows, involved Klitschko. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. Yeah, Pacquiao is pay-per-view for me because of what he's done. He's been a legend in the sport. I think Errol Spence, in terms of the numbers he does, I think he's pay-per-view. Joshua's pay-per-view, Canelo's pay-per-view. UK love and Healy, man. The AJ rematch would sell out any stadium super quick, I think. Oh, yeah, of course it would. But Mikey Garcia. Yeah, Mikey Garcia. I'll give you that. Yeah, personality has a lot to do with it. Salute, Ingram. Salute, guys. Thank you so much. For those of you who are boxing fans that know about the sport, my apologies again to the others in the room. My apologies again. You're a headache. But thank you so much. Hit the like and subscribe button. Share the video. When you start talking about Carl Froch making a comeback, the 40-year-old making a comeback against George Groves as a pay-per-view fight, you know that your promotional team or your promotions are in desperate trouble. Tava. Oh, my God. I'm done. Thank you so much. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, share, and, hey, like us on Facebook and on Instagram. And subscribe to us on BWTM. And, of course, check it out. www.bwtmonline.com. Check it out. There you go. BWTM. Check it out. See you later when I will be talking to a man who's got two fighters who are stars in boxing. Errol Spence and Charlo. We'll be talking to the trainer, Derek James. 1 a.m. in the morning, Derek James returns to BWTM. Inspire. Okay, let me educate you. Inspire is inside. Inspire is outside. It's deliberate. It's my own writing. No plans for a dog interview. And I bet you any money, I know the type of people that are saying inspire. But it's okay. It's only Eddie helping his mates. I know. Just playing Ingram. You don't know me to play with me, brother. You don't know me. I know that you still don't know how to break a fight down. And you've been on the channel so many years, you still don't know how to break a fight down. Jamal Charla, pay-per-view star. Oh, my Lord. Bye-bye.